Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here again looking crazy. What we're gonna do today is a Cheshire cat, and if you guys saw the intro, you guys already know way more than I do because I don't know exactly which direction I'm trying to go with this. I definitely wanted to take a different approach. I feel like there's so many amazing like YouTube artists that have already done the Cheshire cat. They've done like the very cartoon mouth and everything. So I kind of wanted to take a different approach on this. So I wanted to do something that's a little bit more glam. I wanted to do something that's kind of like if the Cheshire cat was an alien, kind of something that's out of this world. But yeah, so I already did my Alex. If you guys have not seen that, definitely check that out. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. I already did my beard, so I blocked it out with color correction. I also did my eyebrows, which it is so hot in Chicago. And the worst thing about Chicago when it's hot is it's like 90% humidity. So like you will literally like take a shower and like 5 minutes later you feel like gross again. Like it's awful. But so I hope this doesn't slide off my face, and I hope the air conditioner isn't really loud. So if it is, I super apologize. So I'm gonna start off with the LA Girl, and this is just white foundation, which I'm super excited about. And for this whole look, I really wanted to do more makeup. I didn't really want to do too much face paint. So that's definitely a different approach that I wanted to do as well, other than what's already out there. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit, and then I'm gonna do a second coat. I feel like the LA Girl white is a little bit more liquidy than their actual other foundations, and I think they probably did that just because it's probably more meant to be mixed into other foundations to make your perfect match. But because it is like that, I'm gonna have to do a second layer. So yeah, so I'll fast forward into that. Alright, so I put the second layer on. What I would highly recommend, especially doing with the second layer, is tap really gently, because you don't want to remove product, which the beauty blender could sometimes do. You just want to tap real gentle, and then you'll see that it will just create a layer on top of it that will eventually just sink into your skin, but you don't want to be too harsh with it. So now I'm just going to neutral set my whole face, and this is with the Givenchy. It comes in like 4 different colors. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it's called Prisma Libre, not sure. But if you guys have any neutral set, it's just, you could definitely go in with that. And I'm just gonna go in with that on my whole face. Oh, this Givenchy one smells so good though. I look super crazy. So since I said I was going to use more of like actual makeup, I'm going to go in with the NYX Primal colors actually. So this is the NYX Primal colors, and this is in hot pink. And then I'm going to use this to create a base of like pink, so I can start looking like the Cheshire cat. And I'm just going to use the e.l.f. brush. I think this is their foundation brush. I actually really like it. It's kind of dense, if you guys can kind of see. And then it just packs a lot of color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use this where I would contour and then bring it in, because we're going to go in with a purple to actually contour. So I'm going to start where I would usually contour my dark shades, and then blend that into the rest of my face. And I'll show you exactly how I'm going to do it. And then when I'm doing this, I'm being super gentle. Like, I don't want to like push it into the foundation. I just kind of want it to sit on top. Like I said, this foundation is very light and it could easily go very translucent, and I want to keep it opaque as much as I can. So I'm just really just like literally just tapping it super gently. And that's how I would recommend doing it, just because you're going to get the best out of the pigments, and also you're not going to mess up your base in a sense. So yeah. Alright, so now I am going to go with another NYX Primal color, and this is in Hot Fuchsia. And this is where I'm going to actually use it as a real contour, and you guys will see. I'm using the same brush because we're not really going to go in with the pink again. See how we're giving ourselves some definition, and it blends with the other color great, so you should not have any issues doing that. And I'm just going to keep packing it, and I'm going to do the rest of my face. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a blending brush for the eyeshadow, but I'm going to actually use it for my nose contour, and this is the BH Cosmetics 129. So I'm going to take that purple. I'm not going to pack as much as I did on the rest of my face. I kind of want to build this lightly, and now I am going to contour my nose. And then we're going to bring that up to the eyebrow. So once we start doing our eye makeup, it should go in seamlessly. And then you guys already know, for my nose, I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics 131. And then I'm going to shorten the tip. And then I'm going to get my other blending brush, and then I'm just going to blend the sides. So there we are. Right, and then we are going to start with the eyes, but before I do that, I'm just going to go back with my pink, and then I'm just going to blend these edges a little bit better. Bring some more of that pink back in. Right, and then I'm going to go in with a brush that actually has nothing on it, and this is, I actually don't even know what this brush is, but it's just a fluffy brush, and I'm actually going to use that to just blend in everything. Okay guys, so I'm going to use my Sephora Pro Palette. This just came out. This is the warm, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. And this is the palette. Try not to blind you guys. There we go. So this is the palette. I'm actually going to use Saddle, which is this one. I'm going to use Adobe, which is under it, and then I'm going to use Auburn, which is this one on top. So these three. So I'm going to use this to start out, this to deepen it, and then this to do the outer edge. And I'm using the Morphe Y17 brush, and I'm going to use this just for all three shades, just because we're going to go in with a pink on top. So I'm not really going to need to really use this again. Alright, now I'm going with the second shade that I said to make it a little bit deeper. Alright, and then the last one, I'm just going to touch it. Just give me the outer V. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette, and I'm going to use Star Power, and I am actually going to use that in the inner, bottom, and the inner top. I will show you right now. So, bottom lash line right here. And then we're going to use it for the inner. Okay, so with that same palette, I'm going to go in with Violence. It's kind of like a purple, but it also has a shimmer to it. Normally I wouldn't use a shimmer, but actually this kind of shows up really well with all the colors. And we're just going to use a tint of it just to really darken this, and then the outer on top as well. So let's get to that. So as you can see, just lightly, because this is super pigmented, just tap it, and then it should blend into that pink super easily. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with my Shining Glam brush, and this is the L34 Blend Beauty, and this actually came in my Ipsy one, and it's clean. I'm just gonna use this to blend out the edges. Okay, so next step, what I'm gonna do, and I do this because this is a little bit easier for me because I suck at a wing liner, and this one's gonna be a little bit more dramatic. So I'm just gonna go in with my Sephora Pro, the same palette that I used earlier, and I'm gonna use Obsidian, which is the black. And I'm gonna use that to kind of create a base, and knowing that, kind of let me know where the liner is gonna go once I actually go in with it, so I make less of a mistake. So I'm gonna use that, and this is gonna be pretty dramatic, so you're gonna wing it out pretty far. So I'm just using the eyeshadow, and then I am going to bring it in. So that's how it's looking right now. So what I meant by it's going to give us a guideline basically is I'm just going to go over it with my eyeliner, which this is the Ico Skinny Liquid Eyeliner in black. And since I already have kind of like a pathway for it, I'm just going to go over it with it. Alright, so that's one side right there, and I'm going to do the other side. Okay guys, so this is it so far. This is how the eyes came out. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually wet my brush, and this is just a flat packer brush, and I am going to actually go over Princess, which is this shade right here from the Jeffree Star palette that we've been using. And I'm just going to pack it on, tap off the excess, and then I am actually going to create my own cut crease just using the shade. So So it's not a drastic cut crease, but it definitely does the job. You guys can see. I'm going to do the other side. Alright, so I'm going to use actually the same brush. I'm really trying not to use a lot of brushes because I feel like I use so many brushes sometimes. And not many people have that many brushes, so why the hell would I make it more confusing for you guys? So I'm actually going to do my bottom lip. So I'm actually going to use the NYX. This is in Hot Fuchsia, and I'm actually going to do just my bottom lip, and I'm going to create an ombre. So the outer edge we're going to use Hot Fuchsia, and then with the inner one we're just going to use Hot Pink. So I will show you these. And then with the pink, I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm just going to tap the middle. So I'm realizing that's not really giving me so much of an ombre, so I'm going to actually go in with the Jeffree Star palette again and use Violence, which is that deep plum purple that has a little bit of shimmer to it. And yeah, that's actually giving me the ombre I wanted. Okay. So now we're going to get into highlighting, which I'm actually going to use the same shade that we used on the lid, which is Princess. And I'm actually going to use that to highlight where I would usually highlight my face. You know how we usually contour? I'm going to use that to highlight my face. And you guys will see now. See how that just brings some brightness to it? And then just do that anywhere you normally would highlight. And then I'm just using the Tarte brush. I think this is a foundation brush actually, but it is from Tarte's. And then I'm going to use a little fluffer brush. This one's from Tarte, but you can use any. And then I'm going to redefine my nose. So I'm just going to go down the middle. Alright. Next up, which we're going to actually cut our cheeks and really give us that. So I'm going to use that shade and I'm just going to cut my cheekbones to make it look higher. And I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics 127, which is an angled flat brush. And then I'm just going to where I want it chiseled and then just bring it down. I know you guys can see how cut that is. Jeffree Star is probably crying somewhere because I'm like wasting his shadows, but honestly, like, his shadows is what made this whole freaking look. And then anywhere you want to clean up, kind of use this as your brighter color. So anywhere that you want to like clean up, use it as kind of like your white. So next what I am going to do is actually highlights, which I'm so excited about because I think that's everybody's favorite part. So I am going to actually be using Jeffree Star's Skin Frost in Peach Goddess. And I am going to be using this Tarte brush, it's like dual-ended. This one, I don't know what it is, but when I use it to highlight anything, it just does the job. It's so amazing. So I'm going to do this cheek. I mean, come on, guys. Really, Jeffree? Just slaying our life like that? Alright, so we're just gonna do the rest of where we would highlight. I actually think I might do the middle at the bottom of my lid. And then I use the other brush, the other side of this brush to blend it out, so not too harsh, and it just kind of blends in seamlessly. Oh, so good. Okay, let me stop and put this away before I highlight my whole face. Okay, so next I'm going to be creating the stripes that the Cheshire cat has. And this I'm actually going to be using a body paint, and this is water activated. And this is, I believe, it's a Miron, I believe it is. But it's the Paradise paint, and this is in violet. So, just to show you guys, this is the shade. It kind of has more of a blue tint, but I feel like we're already so much pink and purple that this would actually pop more so, and it will still give that purple vibe. So I'm just going to wet it. And then I'm going to use a detailing brush. So I think I'm going to use this small e.l.f. one. If you guys can see the tip, it's super small. It's rounded on top. And then I'm just going to get some of the paint on it, and then I will start doing my stripes. The way that I'm doing my stripes is try to accentuate some places. So I'm going to be doing a stripe here, 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 to have it very symmetrical but still try to lift the face as well. But it's totally up to you the type of stripes you want to do. If you want to do zigzags, whatever you want, it's super up. So I'm going to start with this one. And I kind of made a mistake, you guys will see right there. And I actually am just going to get another one because I have two of these. And I'm just going to correct that with just a little bit of fix. So, I mean, you could definitely fix your mistakes with this, especially since it's water activated. Do not be afraid. And there we go, we kind of like fixed the job. Okay guys, so this is what I ended up with my stripes. I think this is good enough. I could do more, but I don't want to take it too exaggerated. I feel like there's already a lot of stuff going on. So right now I am actually going to use some gems and some stones, and I'm going to glue that on. And I think I'm actually going to glue some glitter, some pink glitter in my inner corner. So I would do all that right now, and I'm just going to speed up the process. But this is like, again, open to interpretation. If you guys want to do an eyebrow of gems or beads or anything like that, that'd be super cool too. But I think I'm just going to do something here. I'm going to do my inner corner and probably just like one big one here. So yeah. Okay guys, so I am back. I mimicked the same pattern on the other side. I actually decided to put some glitter on my eyeshadow, so it's just adding a little bit of pink. and that's down with some lash glue. I decided to put a little nose, the same face paint that I used for the stripes. I did a nose and I dragged it down on my Cupid's bow. And yeah, this is where we're at now, guys. So okay guys, so the next step, I'm actually going to be adding fur. So I got these two like hats. I think it's supposed to be like a troll costume at Party City. I thought the colors were kind of perfect, so I'm actually going to cut some of this off and I'm going to apply it at the ends using spirit gum. I've never done this before, so I'm really hoping that it works out and it doesn't mess up the makeup. But yeah, so I'm going to speed up this process. And I just got Benai spirit gum. So you just kind of use it with a brush in the areas that you need. Let it get a little bit tacky, so you're going to want it to dry a little bit, and then you apply whatever you want. Usually this is for like prosthetics, but I think it will also help with like type of fur as well. So let's see how this goes. Basically did is I just took the spirit gum and I put it down in a row. So if I did this purple, I put it down in a row ahead of my hairline. And what I did is I took my little furry friend here and then I will hold it in a row and then I would cut it. So after I would cut it, when I would lay it, it was already in the same row that I had put the spirit gum, and it just laid perfectly, and then it just stuck to the spirit gum super quickly. It almost looks kind of cool, like a lace front almost. So I would recommend doing it that way. These ears I got from Amazon. I believe they're called like wolf ears. They're actually clips on a headband, and I think they're like, I don't know, like $16 the most, probably even less than that. I got these contacts from one of the costume stores in Chicago up north. I guess you would say you'd probably want to go through your eye doctor, but for this purpose, just for this video, I didn't want to spend that type of money because I already spent enough money on this look. But yeah, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love the way that it came out. It actually came out better than I thought it would. With the spirit gum, I think I need some practice with, but I think for my first time doing it, it actually didn't come out that bad. I actually wanted this type of like rectangular like look, almost like it's like the whiskers in a sense. But yeah, so this is my take on the Cheshire cat. I will be making my other character soon, and I'm sorry, and I know you guys are being so patient, but I just want to make them super well done. That's why they're taking a little bit longer, because I am spending money on it, and you know, I just don't want to make a video just to make a video. I'd rather it be something that I'm very proud of rather than regretting it later. So I hope you guys understand, but yeah, I have all the other characters that will be coming up soon. But until then, thank you guys so much. Please, if you like this video, press like, subscribe. There's so much more cool things to come. But yeah, until next time, bye guys.